Welcome to the ES. Anna, Scout, Viola, Zaina, Bella, and Natalie are building a geodesic dome tiny house. Anna has designed the tiny house to be a geodesic dome composed of 10 hexagons, 6 pentagons, and 5 half hexagons as shown in the picture on the front cover. Each pentagon is attached to a hexagon or a half hexagon as shown in the picture on the front cover. Each pentagon and hexagon side measures 125 centimeters. The length of the big base of the half hexagon is twice the length of the side of the hexagon. If you're talking about a half of a hexagon, if this is 125, this is going to be double it, which is 250. The length of the apothem of the hexagon is 108.25 centimeters. That's this length here. The length of the apothem of the pentagon is 86 centimeters. Scout wants to cover the dome in polycarbonate. She will calculate the number of centimeters squared of polycarbonate that is needed to cover the dome. How many centimeters squared of polycarbonate will Scout need to cover the dome? The amount of polycarbonate is equal to the surface area of the dome. I'm going to find the area of a hexagon. The hexagon, I can break it up into 6 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The area of the triangle is the base is the side length times the apothem divided by 2. The area of the hexagon is the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle, which is the apothem, divided by 2 times the number of triangles, which is 6. The base is 125. The height is 108.25 divided by 2 times 6. 125 times 108.25 divided by 2 times 6 is 40,593.75 centimeters squared for one hexagon. For a half of a hexagon, the area of a half, 5 half a hexagon. The area of half of a hexagon is going to be half of that number is 40593.75 divided by 2 is equal to, this number divided by 2 is 2029. 6.875 centimeters squared. Let's figure out the area of a pentagon. The area is the base times the height divided by 2 times 5. We're talking about this triangle. There's 5 of them. Base times height divided by 2 times 5. The base is 125. The height is 86 divided by 2 times 5. 125 times 86 divided by 2 times 5 is 26,875 centimeters squared. The total area of the dome, there are 10 hexagons, 10 hex plus 6 pentagons plus 5 half hexagons. 10 times 40,593.75 plus 6 times the pentagons, 6 times 26,875 plus 5 times the half hexagons times 2296.875. 10 times 40,593.75 plus 6 times 26,875 plus 5 times 2296.875 is equal to 668,671 and 875,000 centimeters squared. That's how many centimeters squared of polycarbonate that Scout will need to cover the dome. The next part. Zaina knows that the polycarbonate is to be delivered in large rectangular sheets. The length of each rectangle is 400 centimeters shorter than 4 times the width. The perimeter of each rectangle is 1,240 centimeters. What is the length and width of each rectangle of polycarbonate? It's a rectangle question. Draw a rectangle. It's a word problem. Zaina knows that the length of each rectangle is compared to the width. The width is x. The length is 400 centimeters shorter than 4 times the width. 4 times the width is 4x. 400 centimeters shorter is minus 400. The perimeter of each rectangle is 1,240 centimeters. Perimeter is 2 times the length plus the width. That's 1,240 is 2 times the length is 4x minus 400 plus the width, which is x. Divide both sides by 2. That gives me 620 is equal to 4x plus x is 5x minus 400. I want to get rid of the minus 400, so I'm going to add 400 to both sides. That gives me 1,020 is equal to 5x. Divide both sides by 5. 1,020 divided by 5 is 204, is equal to x. The width is 204. 4 times 204 minus 400. 4 times 204 minus 400 is 416. 416 is the width. What is the area of one rectangular sheet? The area is length times width, which is 416 times 204 times 204 is equal to 84,864. How many sheets of polycarbonate will Viola need to order? We know the total area from the last page is 668,671.875 centimeters squared. We're going to divide that by the area of one sheet, divided by the area of one sheet. That's 84864. 668,671.875 divided by 84864 equals 7.879. She's going to need to order 7.879 sheets. You can't order 7.879, so she's going to have to order 8 sheets. Bella knows that the cost in dollars of the plastic material is 0.005 cents per centimeter cubed. What will be Bella's cost for the polycarbonate sheets? This is a proportion, 0.005 per 1 centimeter squared. We have to order 8 sheets of this. We need to order 8 sheets of 84,864 centimeters squared. That's 8 times that. 84864 is
84864
times 8 is 678,912 centimeters squared. We're setting up a proportion. This is dollars. We don't know how many dollars it's going to cost. This is per 1 centimeter squared. We have 678,912 centimeters squared. I'm going to cross multiply to get the x alone. 0.005 times 678,912 divided by 1 is equal to x. I'm not going to write the divided by 1. This number times 0.005 gives us $3,394.56. What will be Bella's cost for the polycarbonate sheets? It'll cost her $3,349.56. Natalie has found that the cost in dollars of the lumber is 250 times the value of x in this equation. She has to solve for x. 5 is going to distribute and multiply the x. That gives us 5x minus 5 plus 2x plus 7. The 4 is going to multiply the x and multiply the negative 4, giving us 4x minus 16 plus 5x minus 2. Add the like terms. I have 5x added to 2x is 7x. I have minus 5 plus 7 is plus 2. I have 4x added to 5x is 9x. I have minus 16 minus 2 is minus 18. I have more x's on the right-hand side, so I want to get rid of the 7x's from the left-hand side. So subtract 7x from both sides. That gives us 2 is equal to 2x minus 18. I want to get rid of the minus 18. I'm going to add 18 to both sides. And that gives me 20 is equal to 2x. I want to get rid of that 2 that's multiplying the x. I'm going to divide by 2, divide both sides by 2, and that gives us 10 is equal to x. I'm going to multiply that by 250. Natalie has found that the cost in dollars of the lumber is 250 times the value of x in this equation. We have x is 10, multiplied by 250. The value is 250 times 10, which is $2,500. That's the cost of the lumber. Anna needs to order 4 different lengths of screws. The length of the screws are 4 consecutive even integers, such that 4 consecutive even integers. The first is x. The second, they're consecutive even, x plus 2. If they were consecutive odd, it would still be x plus 2. The third is x plus 2 more, is x plus 4. The fourth is x plus 6, such that 2 times the third integer is 8 more than, something plus 8, 8 more than what? Than the fourth. And then I replace the third with x plus 4 in brackets. X plus 4 is equal to the fourth in brackets is x plus 6 plus 8. This 2 is going to distribute. We get 2x plus 8 is equal to x plus 6 plus 8 is x plus 14. I want to get rid of the x from this side, so subtract x from both sides. That gives me x plus 8 is equal to 14. Subtract 8 from both sides. That gives us x is equal to 6. The length of screws are 6 centimeters. 6 plus 2 is 8, 10, and 12. These are the lengths of screws that she needs. Scout has calculated that 500 screws of each side is required. She needs 500 of size 6, 8, and 12. 500 times size 6. 500 times size 8. 500 times size 10. And 500 times size 12. The cost of size 6 is 8 cents, size 8 is 10 cents, size 10 is 12 cents, size 12 is 14 cents. We're going to need 500 times 0.08 plus 500 times 0.1 plus 500 times 0.12 plus 500 times 0.14. I can do that out exactly like that, or I could add all of these together and multiply the sum by 500. It's the same thing. 500 times 0.08 plus 500 times 0.1 plus 500 times 0.12 plus 500 times 0.14 is equal to $220 for the screws. What's the total cost of the building materials for this project? Screws. Lumber, polycarbonate sheets. For the screws, $220. For the lumber, $2,500. For the polycarbonate sheets, $3,394.56. If we add all that together, 220 plus 2,500 plus 3,394.56 is equal to $6,114.56. Viola has arranged a 20% discount. What's the discounted cost? She's saving 20%. What percent is she going to pay? 80%. 100 minus 20% is 80% of the $6,114.56. That's 0.8 times 6,114.56. This number times 0.8 equals $4,891.65. That's the ES.